The news update for March the 21st, 2018, Wednesday, early morning edition. They did catch the suspect, they believe, in Austin, Texas, where he set off an explosive device in his hand, which ended up killing him. They do believe. So the serial bomber, they believe, was the person that killed himself with an incendiary, with an explosive device in his hand. Now, there were 5 or 6 bombs that they have, and they had one that didn't go off, so we were able to get that from a FedEx place, and you were able to get that thing without it detonating. So that was good that the bomber is dead. They just said that this morning. So, like we were saying it was a serial bomber, or it could have been terrorism, but linked to it in a way it is. It's a hate crime. It's like a violent crime towards people, and like I'm telling you, it's like it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's just like there's a round of severe weather going on down there in Alabama and Georgia, well, especially in Alabama, and people are in the area. They're resilient. They help each other out. They know how to get through bad situations, and that's pretty much what happened there. And they're able to, adapt it. They had a tornado go around a building on either side of it and did a lot of havoc. No deaths or no injuries have been reported, though, in that area. So far, so good. So that is good. Next news article, there was a mother online that admitted on Facebook of having sex with her 15-year-old son. Isn't that sick? Well, she actually put that on Facebook, that she had sex with her 15-year-old son. That is sick. But like I said, like I said, we're going to see things like this because there's a lot of more people. There's a lot of things going on, and it's like signs of the times, and it's wrong, but it's what's going on in society. It's the decaying moral decline, and that's what we're seeing more. The way to stop the opioid epidemic in the United States is to put your old drugs, throw them away in the trash, not down the toilet like they used to tell you. Don't put them down the toilet, put them in the trash, and lock up your medicines in a box where your kids or other friends that come over to visit your kids don't have access to them. Don't leave them out in your medicine cabinet. Have them locked up in a locked box or in a file cabinet with a key. Always keep your medications away from your children or away from other children that may enter in your home when they come over to see your kids, so they don't get into there. That's how we're going to conquer this thing, is by doing things like this. So it'll be safe for our children, and for so we can stop this addiction crisis in the United States, including here in Central Virginia. I also want to tell you, Toys R Us is closing all 800 stores. Now, when this is going to take place is any time now. So, they're going out of business, and they've been in business for 70 years. So that's a long time. I remember that commercial. I'll be a Toys R Us kid. You know that one? Yeah, that old commercial. I remember that. I liked that when I was a kid. I used to hear that come on. And it's a good store. It's a great store for kids. They sold a lot of good stuff. And even Babies R Us. That's the franchise for baby supplies. That's going out of business too. They're all the stores, Toys R Us and Babies R Us, they're going out of business. They had a $5 million bankruptcy thing that they were in debt, I guess, to their creditors. So they had to close the business because they couldn't repay that back. Nobody was able to merge with them or anything, as far as I know. So if you have any of those reward cards or gift cards with Toys R Us, you better use them as quick as you can before they don't honor them anymore, and you won't get your money off of them. So please use them as quick as you can if you haven't done so already. Also, gearing up for the snowstorm that's coming here today. It's going to impact our area with 1 inch to 4 inches of snow. but it's going to mainly be mostly on the non-paved surfaces like grassy areas. And watch out for road conditions deteriorating. It's going to hover around freezing or a little bit above, kind of like what we had back, the situation like we had in December, we're having here in March 21st. And today marks the first day of spring. This is actually the first day of spring, but it doesn't feel nothing like spring out there at all. Not at all, to say the least. But it's more like winter's hanging on, and we had 70 and 80 degree temperatures in February. We had a lot of warm days in February, and now we're getting a cold March. And like I said, I feared that might happen, but that's exactly what has happened here. Also in the news, we found out that Barbara has a lot of hearsay. Barbara Poe, the one that went to the landlord, she did tell the landlord a bunch of stuff. And that's what's behind me getting out of here. That's why she wants me out of here, because she's convinced that it's true, even though all of it's hearsay, which will be proven in court, by the way. Like I say, it's all hearsay. It's all false. Like she says, she's got something. She's either stupid or she don't really have anything. And she knows that her butt is cooked. And that's why she lashed out at me yesterday, I do believe, like I said, on the other news thing. And, the cop was telling her, well, you told the landlord all that stuff like you told her last time that you said you did, right? So the officer said when he was out here. I didn't say that in the last thing, but that's actually on the tape. So Leah, turn up your speakers to hear it, but it's all there. And then she said, yeah, I said that. And then she said, oh, I told the landlord stuff, more so this time too, with this, again. So, she's been filling her ear with a lot of stuff. And a lot of most of it, just 100% of it is all hearsay. There's no truth to any of it. It's all just gossip, and all rumors and innuendo. Like Barbara Poe is all full of that fountain of youth of all that stuff flowing out like the honey from a honeycomb. Just all lies coming out of there and trap. So, like I say, it's, and then Patricia's right all in there. I'll back you up. And she's lying too. So it's a lying, women over here. They just lying and mentally disturbed. My mother said, well, they all act like the toddlers, like the children. You can't walk by them and they get all upset because you walk by them. That's childish. I mean, there's some mental issues there going on. And of course, I said that too already. There's anxiousness, there's, codependency big time. That's a lot what that is on its axis. And, these people don't get out. They don't have much friends. And all they do is, the reason why they get along is because they all gossip and all draw off of each other and all want me out of here. That's the plan. I'm the target. And then once they think that, they think that's going to happen. But if it does happen, they're going to target somebody else. Like I told Janine. I said, Janine, you don't know a lot about codependency and you're not a psychologist. So or a counselor, you don't have any background in it. So you probably don't even know half of what I'm saying. But the truth of the matter is, these women are codependent. These women are ganging up on me because that's part of what they do. This is what they've been doing. They manufacture things. She's been outside my door, listening outside my door, and then she's putting her spin on it, and she's told you a whole lot of stuff. And, what I put on YouTube is not slander. It's what she did. It's my side to it. Because, I've never had any, she was all concerned about Barbara, but she never asked me the other day when she was saying, he harassed me, he terrorized me, he says, he always doing that to me all the time with videos on YouTube. I can't believe he said, oh, he's stuff about me. But she never really asked me about anything. But she really believed all that, but that's really what Barbara did, and I didn't harass her at all. She lied to the police. That's slander right there. Just like all that other stuff they said about knocking on windows, that was slanders, because that wasn't me. Matter of fact, like I said, she told my uncle, you're his uncle. This is what Patricia said, Patricia Tyler. She said, you're his uncle, and there ain't nothing really you can do for him, because I'm going to get him out of here. She said, well, did you look out the window and see who's knocking on the window? And Patricia said verbatim, because I was outside. It's not hearsay. I actually saw it. I was right there. She goes, no, But I know without a doubt it's him. And I'm calling the police on him tonight. They're going to come out here and talk to him. And they came out that night. It's back in June when all this craziness stuff went on. And, they came out, but I wasn't over there. I was over at my uncle's. And they kept coming out there about every other night for all kinds of stuff. I don't know. And then I wasn't even there most of the time. So, I was getting blamed for stuff I wasn't even doing. And it turned out to be it was Danny that was knocking on the windows. Because after he moved out here, all that stuff miraculously stopped. It's amazing how that happened, isn't it? But it's amazing because he left. He's not here, that's why it stopped. Because he was the one doing it. So, and it's just like he was in it too. He was saying stuff too. And they're all working together, and that's what was going on. And then the computers, the hacking and the Wi-Fi, that was Patricia and Barber's doing, saying that. And then the landlords, it was even practically accusing me of making accusations of hacking their Wi-Fi's too. Now she's changed her tune. She's pushed it all aside of, oh, they're innocent, they're all good, and nothing happened. I don't give a crap about that. I don't even worry about that. It's okay that she slanders you and harasses you and does all this stuff. And it's okay that she did that, lied about you and the computers and lied about you being and hacking in her computer and hacking in the Wi-Fi's. It's okay that they lied about me knocking on the windows, but Barbara and Patricia were behind all that sting. But it's okay that they did that, but they're allowed to still live here, which that's an automatic eviction, and that is actually a class 4 felony. So, but the thing is, they're allowed to still live here, and they still are here, and everything's okay with them. But yet they slandered me and said all those accusations, and they ruined my reputation by spreading around that I'm a sex predator through the community and even outside the community. They've talked to people at the Fastmart up there. Barbara has. She's called up there. They told me she's called up there saying that I was with a child, and I wasn't even with a child. I was walking by myself. I've never been with a child going up there to meet a child or to have any contact with a child of any kind. I've never done that. I just walk up there to get something to drink, and that's what the people told me there up the Fastmart that she called up there, and they said her name, Barbara Poe, because she gave them their name, and they told me that was her. So, that's what the police were riding all around because she told them that stuff. Said that I'm going up there to meet somebody. I wasn't going up there to meet nobody. But she lied. I mean, this has been ongoing. This has been going on last summer and the summer before. Matter of fact, her and Danny were like trying to see where I was going. Because he would ride by me. He rode by me 3 times back and forth, seeing where I was going. And then even Barbara did the same thing in her car, in her Ford Taurus. And then he went with his diesel, BMW, ride by Bronco, whatever it's called, olive gray car. And I told the police, and they said, well, they're allowed to ride back and forth. I said, well, they don't normally do that. They were just trying to see where I was going. Because I saw them, because they keep coming by. They were just trying to see where I'm going. And they did that the summer before last. So, all this harassment has been culminating all this time. She's been saying I'm a sexual predator the day I moved in here to the present day. And that's back in 2000. And I just give you the dates because I got them here. I have it in my memory, and I know I have a photographic memory. And it's like, when I moved in here, since August the 10th of 2010, she's been being like this ever since, saying this stuff, saying I did something to her granddaughter, which I didn't do. And she spread that all around and told Sean that stuff, and that wasn't even true. And that's why I can't see the shields, because the stuff she told her, none of it was true. And then they're going around talking about me, they did this with Nancy, they did this with Kristen, and now they're doing it with this landlord, Janine. They all said the same stuff to them. Patricia and Barbara and Danny were all in on it. And with them, they were attacking me, saying I had an illegal business upstairs, and that came from Patricia, and even Barbara was saying, they were all saying I didn't have a legal business in my apartment. And Barbara was making accusations, saying there's people coming and going in my place, making accusations that I'm doing something illegal, because she said that. And I wasn't doing nothing illegal. I have a business up here. And she said that. those accusations. You know, they were slanderous. And then later on, fast forward, we get to this year. The new thing is I was knocking on windows when I was never around any windows. I wasn't even over here at the time when all this stuff was going on. I was at my uncle's the whole time. But yet I was being accused, and all these complaints were coming in from Barbara Poe, Patricia Tyler, and even Danny. They were all complaining. You know, the guy from down there in Knoxville that was representing the owner of this property came out here, and he said 84 calls came from this damn building. It's the most calls that he ever received from any of the buildings out here. And the bulk of them were from Patricia Tyler, Barbara Poe, and Danny. Isn't that weird? You know, they're all complaining, but yet they're not talking about themselves. But yet they're willing to get me in trouble and all want to get me out of here and falsify stuff, right? But yet they can't even tell the truth about what they're doing wrong. Because they're doing a lot of things wrong that they're not telling. Because they're willing to lie about me, right? But that's exactly what that was. Yeah, that's what all those calls, majority, were about. So I found out. So, and then she told the guy too when he was here that day that she had a big stroke. Well, the way she was talking, just like Miriam Tate said, she said she didn't have a stroke. She lied about that. She laughed. She said there's no way she had a stroke. The way she was talking in that meeting, she didn't have a stroke. She had a panic attack. Miriam said the same thing, like what I said. Just like what she had out here the other day, 2 days ago. She had a panic attack. No heart attack. She didn't have a stroke. She didn't have no aneurysm, because if she had an aneurysm that ruptured in her brain, she would not be talking. She wouldn't be alive. She would be dead. Because people that have ruptured aneurysm don't live. They die. So she lied about that. She don't even know what the hell she's talking about. Just making up stuff. It's all the common theme what Barbara Poe always does, and Patricia Tyler, it's the same thing. Just senile, making up stuff. Dementia, imagining things, hallucinating. That's what we're talking about. And then the accusation about me, that was another thing that happened here in July on to the present day. That I'm hacking in people's Wi-Fi's around the neighborhood. That came from Barbara Poe and Patricia collaboration this year. And then they also said I broke into her computer. I was trespassing on her computer. That was the accusation that she made. And of course that wasn't true. And she said I was up in her computer doing things and moving things around, take files out. And that wasn't even true. I wasn't doing anything to that computer. And I wasn't even in her network. I've never been on her router. I've never been in her network. But she was saying that to the police and saying that to the landlord. Because Janine was even practically accusing me of making accusations the same stuff that Barbara Poe and Patricia were saying. This came from them. And Janine believed them like they're the authority, like they know everything. And they're just right on everything because of the hearsay that she told her. And, I mean, this is a real nice landlord, right? She believes them, never even asked me a damn thing. But she's already made her mind up. And she's kicking me out of here on frivolous charges because of what she said. I mean, is this what it's like when you live in a HUD facility? When you got a landlord that believes the lies of hearsay? And there's no truth to it. But yet she's going to evict me out of here and then make up this harassing bull crap. That's what this is all about, because Barbara just spilt the beans the other day. That's exactly what she did say. So, that's what I'm saying. It's all these pontificated, slanderous things. And that's really what's going on. And that's what this YouTube channel is about. It ain't me harassing her on YouTube. He's got it on YouTube. It's really harassing me. He's horrible, saying horrible things about me. I did everything. Because she really did all those things. And it is true. She did those things with the crocodile tears and the big act. She did all those things. She's a calculated, diabolical liar. She did those things. It's not me slandering her. She really did it. 100%. It's my side of the story. That's what she don't like. And that's really what it boils down to, folks. This has been in the news. You have been blasted with the truth. Just breaking this morning. More stuff coming out of the Barbara Poe camp. The lies keep getting exposed every day. Keep it right here. And Patricia Tyler, too. That cat, too. Oh, I'll back you up. That's what she said before the police got here. Yeah, that's right, on Monday. So there you go, folks. In the news. It's in a can. Another in the news update.